All right, gang, I've got another video chock full of discounted fragrances that I'm reporting on to you today. A video full of around 15 to 20 fragrances and a bonus section of fragrances that I've recently purchased. Although these were purchased before I left to Europe, I'm just receiving them. Actually, they were received. They were just stored away. I just discovered them and I'm going to report to you on these 3 fragrances that I recently purchased for a really great price. But a great collection of offerings here, highly discounted niche and designer fragrances. Throughout the video, I'm also going to give you some clues about ScentFest SF. If you haven't been keeping up, I just did another video a few days ago on the lineup of brands and companies that are going to be at the show. If you didn't catch that video, please go catch it. The early bird price is still up. It will be removed next week. So if you are planning on attending, it's discounted right now. So go register before that early bird price is removed. It's going to be a great show. A lot of great developments. I'm excited for it. First of its kind on the West Coast in the USA. And awesome brand. So yeah, throughout this video, I'm going to tell you little clues. And also, yeah, these are deals. So we're starting off with the first fragrance. It's Alexandre J's Oud Vanille. There's a tester of this. 100 ml for 155. I'm sorry, 100 ml for 55. What am I saying? Not 155. This is suggested retail around $150. Do you know this brand? So Alexandre J was featured in one of our Scent Club kits about 2 years ago. It was Imperial Peacock that we featured. Great fragrance. We sold out of that kit really fast. In fact, we had leftover samples. People were buying them. And I've recommended you guys purchase that fragrance because it's one of the best. It's such a great, super sexy, gourmand light fragrance. This, on the other hand, Oud Vanille, it's a kind of a creamy, vanillic, coconutty oud and vanilla combo. So it's gourmand, but it's not super heavy with the gourmand qualities. It's oud. It's not super heavy with the oud qualities. Plus, it's got that coconutty creaminess. It's super cozy. And it's 100 ml for $55 tester. I couldn't find a retailer that sold these in suggested retail price, but I believe the suggested retail price is about 55 bucks. I'm sorry, $150. So the tester price for this is 55. That's a great price. Definitely take advantage of that. I always mention the products are tagged by timestamp. If I'm talking about a fragrance you want to buy, you can click on the timestamp in the info box or in the chapters and head to that product. On the left to the bottom, there's a little circle that has product. You click on it and it opens up a window of all of the products that I've tagged here. It's through YouTube Shopping. So this is a great scent that I've had for a while. And this is a great deal. The $55 is awesome. If you're a vanilla lover with a creaminess, with a slight funky touch of oud, because the oud is here. I don't think it's a true oud. I think it's an accord, but you do have a little bit of a slight funk in there. But it's mostly the vanilla with the coconut. I recommend it. So it's 55 for that Oud Vanille. And then we're going to Oriental Enigma in the Extrait Parfum format. This is also highly discounted. And if you buy it, I believe it comes with full presentation like this. It's a 25 ml Extrait Parfum. Highly discounted to $50. So it's quite cheap. It's more than 50% off. This is a tiny bottle. It's a 25 ml bottle. And it's $50. Normally it's $150 for this extract. And let me tell you a little bit about this fragrance. Let's spray it. It's a cute little bottle. So the fragrance we featured from this house was a similar bottle, but larger. It's 100 ml. It was called Imperial Peacock. And a lot of people were fans of that one. This is kind of nutty, powdery, ambery, spicy. It is a gourmand once again. There might be some light boozy touches. But if you like these kind of nutty, almondy fragrances that are kind of gourmand leaning, the bottle is gorgeous. You can keep it in your bag. It's easy to travel with. It's also an extrait de parfum. So meaning it's highly concentrated. You only need a few sprays. And again, the mini bottle is kind of cute. It's easy to travel with. It's not super heavy. Don't carry the presentation with you. Just take the bottle because It's lightweight. Again, you only need a few sprays because it is an extract. And you'll have this really powerful fragrance that's gourmand, powdery, nutty, ambery, vanillic, but not very heavy. So it's a great scent. Check it out. It's Oriental Enigma Extrait Parfum from the house of Alexandre J. This sells at Neiman Marcus suggested retail for $150. So the $50 is a great price. It's more than 50% off, and it also smells great. So that is Oriental Enigma from Alexandre J. Let's move on to Byredo's Mumbai Noise. 100 ml for $157, so $157. Again, these products are tagged, timestamp tagged. If you're in the market for any of them, any of these deals, click the product, click the fragrance, then click the product on the left bottom, and it opens up and takes you to the retailer. I've got multiple retailers tagged here, so depending on which retailer, you can go straight to there by clicking on the timestamp and get to the product. The other thing I should say, I can't guarantee these products will last. I can't guarantee that the prices will stay. Sometimes the prices fluctuate from day to day. But Mumbai Noise, normally 100 ml for $330, it is $157. So it's almost, it's like 50% off for this. And Mumbai Noise to me is Byredo's take on something like Black Afghano. If you like Black Afghano, it reminds me of Black Afghano, but I think this is a lot brighter because Byredo fragrances do tend to be brighter. It doesn't have that denseness that the Black Afghano has. Black Afghano is also an extract. This is Eau de Parfum. But knowing Byredo, they're lighter, airier. They're not as dense and thick and heavy. But if you like that darkness, this is going to satisfy. This also, to me, has a booziness, which I quite like. So it's a dark kind of woody, smoky, spicy, woody kind of fragrance. And reminiscent of Black Afghano, but packaged with the whole Byredo DNA. It's a great price for $157 compared to the normal price of $330. Let me know if you're a fan of Mumbai Noise. Are you a fan of Black Afghano? Let me know. Do add a comment below. Take advantage of that. Byredo doesn't ever go down that low for 100 ml. That is quite low. So take advantage of it before it runs out. Let's move on to the house of Lorenzo Pazzaglia next. It's Adam and Eve's Dress. 50 ml for $136. This one's not a super duper discount, but it's still pretty discounted. Normally it's 50 ml for $175, but the discounted price is $136. This is an Extrait Parfum. That's why it comes in a 50 ml bottle. It is highly concentrated. And this is also super duper green. Bitter, tomato leafy green. It's also an Extrait Parfum. It's actually, I should say, it's fig leafy green, but to me, it also reminds me of fig tomato leaves. So it's kind of a combo of the two. But beyond it, there's also something super fruity and also juicy pulpy. And that's what I like about it. I don't get the name Adam and Eve's Dress. Are they referring to apples, the leaves, something? But it's a great price. It's a great fragrance for summer that's around the corner. And summer fragrances tend to be fresh and not super dense and heavy. This doesn't come off that way, but it's heavy in the concentration. So it is Extrait Parfum. So it's super long lasting. It smells really, really great. One of the best from this house, I think, and totally worth it for $136. Once again, similar to the Oriental Enigma, it's an extract. Whereas that was a 25 ml. This bottle is a 50 ml. So it is a bigger bottle, but still it's an extract. It's not a 100 ml big heavy bottle. So you can carry it with you and you can replenish the fragrance. You don't need a lot of sprays. It smells great. It's green, it's bitter, it's earthy, woody, spicy, fruity, juicy, and pulpy. Really, really lovely fragrance. Actually, when I saw the prices on this, I pulled it out. Because I knew this was one of my favorites. I had forgotten about it. Now that I've pulled it out, I think this is going to be a great summer fragrance. It's a great fig. So yeah, there you go. It's a fig leaf. I think that's what they're referring to. The fig leaf that was covering the, Adam. It's Adam and Eve's dress, basically. Now this next one is a very inexpensive price tag for this. I'm recommending it to you guys. It's not one of my favorite fragrances, but it is such a super deal. I had to talk about it. It's John Varvatos XX Artisan Teal. It's 125 ml for $35. If you like designer fragrances and you like the house of John Varvatos, this might satisfy. I don't care for it personally. It's a bit marine. I think this is a fougere style, very modern. And I think it should satisfy those guys that don't want something super complicated. They want to smell pleasant. They don't want something super out there as well with the niche world. They want something more designer. It will satisfy. I did not write down the suggested retail price for this. I'm assuming it's somewhere around $120, maybe $100. But it is, discounted down to $35. That is a great deal if you're looking for more juice, because it is 125 ml for less price. $35 is great for this. The bottle looks actually better than the way it smells to me, but I think it's pleasant. It's just not super duper wow. It's a very mass market kind of a fragrance. So let's move on to the House of State of Mind. This is Modern Nomad. Are you guys familiar with Modern Nomad? Are you guys familiar with this house? So if you buy the fragrances of this house, it comes in a box. Inside the box, there's a canister that looks like a tea canister, and that's where the bottles fit inside the canisters. I think originally they also came with tea. I believe they did. Maybe not, but they were in the tea canister, and I think there was tea with it. The ones I have don't have tea, but these are also very, very discounted. I researched online and I found that this suggested retail price is $305. I have it on sale for 100 ml, $119. This is also very much inspired by something like Portrait of a Lady. So if you like that kind of a spicy rose, earthy, woody, patchouli, amber, this is going to satisfy. It's super rosy, but also very, very spicy. And it's ambery in the dry down, but oody, woody. There is a twist of fruitiness in here, just like Portrait of a Lady. And I'm saying it reminds me of it because that's what it reminds me of. I wouldn't say it's identical because whoever made or created this doesn't use the same ingredients as Dominique Ropion did for Frederic Malle, but the idea is totally there. It's very spicy rose, earthy notes, woods, and maybe light fruits and oud. I really like this DNA. It's been done a lot. It's been copied quite a bit. Inspired from as well. But if you're looking for something inexpensive, because Portrait of a Lady is quite pricey, $119 for 100 ml. And just keep in mind, it comes in like a tea canister. So you'll have this canister. It's a bit too much, I think. A box, then the canister, and the bottles inside the canister. Anyway, let me know if you're familiar with this house state of mind. Add a comment below. What are your favorites from that house? Let's move on to the house of Marc-Antoine Barrois next. This is Encelade. I like Encelade. I don't love it. It's 100 ml for $165. As a tester, normally it's $300 for suggested retail. So it's almost 50% off, but it is a tester, so you're not going to get full presentation. You're not going to get the box. Sometimes you also do not get the cap. I think in this case, the cap comes. This one actually lately has been smelling a bit too marine to me. And it's got the DNA of Marc-Antoine Barrois fragrances. It's got the Canton Biche DNA. But for some strange reason lately, there's a minerally fishiness about this fragrance that is not making it very embraceable by me. But I think if you like vetiver, if you like leather, I think this has leather. It's got a lot of vetiver vibes. It's got the rhubarb in there, and I think it's the rhubarb and the way it's twisted around with some of the notes that's giving it a bit of a cannabis vibe, and then giving it that kind of minerally fishiness, which kind of throws me off a little bit. Sorry, something just fell down. But it's not my favorite. I don't hate it as much, but lately I've gotten sensitive to it, and whatever is in here is bothering me a little bit. But it's Encelade. It's popular, not as popular as Ganymede, but if you are in the market for it, it is a great price for $165 for the Encelade. But this one's actually even a better deal from the same house. This is Marc-Antoine Barrois B683 Extrait, 50 ml for $200. Normally 50 ml is $395, so almost $400. So you've got a fragrance here for almost 50% off. And for me, this is the best Extrait from the house, because it's super beast mode. It's also animalic. It's really, really long lasting. And it's basically taking the original and making it super beast mode. It's got the DNA of the original. It actually, this DNA that Marc-Antoine Barrois and Canton Biche have come up with for his fragrances, it's almost like they're overlapping with all of the fragrances. Like you can tell the signature, the DNA. To me, this reminds me of Ganymede because I think this came out after Ganymede came out. First it was B683, then it was Ganymede, then it was B683 Extrait, and then it was Encelade, and then I think it was Ganymede Extrait, and then it was, or maybe it was Encelade, then Ganymede Extrait, and then after that it was the floral one, and then the other floral, Tilia, and then Aldebaran, I think is what it was called. But so you can tell the DNA. So for me, B683 is so good because it reminds me a little bit of Ganymede, but it's also a beefed up version of the original B683. They've given it this kind of a very spicy, dry touch. There's oud in there, so it's given this like slight animalic funk. There's also a little bit of spicy cumin in there. I really love this one. It's really, really butch, very masculine, dry, spicy, woody fragrance that goes into the animalic direction. But it's $200 for this. Normally it's almost $400. Now that is a great price. It's super long lasting. It's an extract again, so it's not gonna need a lot of sprays, especially some of you are a bit more sensitive to fragrances than I am, so you probably don't spray as much as I do. So this thing can last you a long time because it's super beast mode. So take advantage of this deal ASAP because that is 50% off for that. And you'll be set for many years of a really super beast mode B683 extract. So let's move on to the house of ROJA Parfums next. This is Enigma in the EDP Parfum Cologne concentration, but I personally have the Creation E version. I think what had happened, this fragrance initially launched as Enigma in the Parfum concentration. I believe there was also an Eau de Parfum. Then they created these Parfum Cologne versions, as you can see right here. But Creation E was, Enigma was always called Creation E here in the States because I think there was a trademark issue. I think now it's over with. Now you can get Enigma here in the States, but I have the Creation E version. But to me, this is a kind of a fresher take on the fragrance that I really love, the Parfum edition of this, because it's boozy, it's ambery, it's spicy, it's got that kind of Coca-Cola vibe. It's super delicious. It's the one that I kind of started falling in love with this house, and I love it. And this is this version, in this bottle version, I should say. But it does say Enigma on it, so it's the same fragrance. EDP, $140, and as a tester. That's a great price because normally it says 100 ml for $380. That's what I found at Neiman Marcus. Is that the correct price for the Enigma EDP in Parfum Cologne concentration? That's a great price for this fragrance in the tester format. Get it? Even though I think we're headed to summer because this is not really a summer fragrance, but you can wear one spray, maybe two sprays, and you'd be set even at the summertime. It's a great smelling fragrance. I love it. And that $140 price is super, super awesome. Get it before it runs out. It's a tester, so it's not going to come with the full box. But if you get this, you'll be very, very happy with it. Again, all the products are timestamp tagged. If I'm talking about a fragrance that sounds great to you or you've been wanting it, click the left to the bottom. It opens up the product and you can go through YouTube shopping to the retailer. Okay, next, we're going to the house of Sospiro. It's Pasticcio. I don't think I've ever featured this one as part of one of the very highly discounted fragrances. Pasticcio, I think the collection of the fragrances of this collection are $330 suggested retail. This is marked down to $125, highly, highly discounted. This to me, also, it's kind of spicy, woody with creamy undertones, and there's like aromatic touches thrown in. It does give me a little bit of, there's familiar smells here, which I quite like. But in the end, it's this super cozy woods. I mean, if you're into the idea of, to me, it doesn't have a lot of ups and downs. It's kind of almost flat, almost linear. And that's what makes it kind of cozy. Because when the fragrance takes you on an adventure, that doesn't really relax you, right? You're kind of active. It's an active fragrance. This one to me is super, super cozy. Even though it's a woody offering, a bit on the boring side, But if you're wanting something that doesn't take you for a ride, but it smells great, it lasts a long time because the Sospiro fragrances do last a long time, I recommend you try this one. Pasticcio. So this is from the house of Sospiro. It is $125 for 100 ml. It's totally worth that price. That's a great price because normally it's $330. I've recommended this one a couple times. It's still on sale. We do have a tester of this, 50% off. It's 100 ml for $150. It's Tom Ford's Noir Extreme Parfum. What an awesome flanker this is of the original Noir Extreme. I love this version. I mean, I was a fan of the original. In fact, I really liked the entire Tom Ford Noir series. The original Noir, then the Eau de Toilette, then the Noir Extreme, then the Noir Anthracite, and then the Noir Extreme Parfum. The Noir Extreme Parfum is super concentrated, very ambery, also super spicy, zingy spices like cardamom, ginger, creamy, ambery, vanillic touches, and really strong intensity. It smells great. Really, really love this. It's kind of gourmandesque, but not quite gourmand. These are the kind of gourmand style fragrance. I mean, I love gourmands, but for me, the ones that are super spicy with gourmand touches are what does it for me personally. And this is definitely one of the best parfums from Tom Ford. I think Sonia Constant, who created the original Noir Extreme, created a really, really great parfum edition. And for $150, it's such a great deal because normally it's $300. So that is Tom Ford's Noir Extreme Parfum, 100 ml for $150. Let's talk about a fragrance called Promise. Wait, I think I got the wrong information for this. All right, sorry, I had to pause there because I actually recorded the wrong prices on this next fragrance. But before I talk about that fragrance, I did promise to give you some clues about our show, Scentfest SF. So I haven't announced this, and I'm going to tease it here. A lot of you have been waiting for a new fragrance from me, a new fragrance collaboration from me. And I've got the scoop on it here a little bit. And it does involve Scentfest SF. So I've been working on a fragrance with a perfumer since before the Juice Box fragrance. Since before I did 54, I started a fragrance before that hasn't launched yet. Finally, it will debut at Scentfest SF. So if you've been wanting a new fragrance from me, a new fragrance collab, this is the time to get access to it. But here's the thing. It won't launch until the autumn. It will launch exclusively at a retailer. This is not a big house. It's a small artisanal house, perfumer-owned brand. And we have very limited quantities of the fragrance at the show. So it's first come, first serve. But it is a new fragrance. It's a new fragrance, but it's been a fragrance work in progress since before Juice Box, as I said, the 54 collaboration I did. But it is making its debut at Scentfest SF. And the inspiration of the fragrance has to do with San Francisco, where I live. So it's a great time to launch this. And it is launching, as I said, it won't fully launch until the autumn, but whoever comes to the show will be able to buy a bottle at the show. So that's the entire clue I'm giving you guys. And I'll give you more clues in another video, in an upcoming video. But you guys have this clue now here in this video. And if you're an avid watcher of this channel, you'll have this clue here. And you can look forward to it. So if you haven't gotten your tickets to attend Scentfest SF, now's your chance. And again, we have very, very little quantities of the next fragrance collaboration that I'm doing. And it will be debuting at Scentfest SF. So whoever comes and gets a bottle there will be the first to get it. All right, let's move on to the next fragrance. Now that I've corrected the price, it is Frederic Malle's Promise. And I don't know where I got the prices for these. It's completely priced wrong, but I did find a deal on this. It's not the best deal. It's $317 for 100 ml, but it normally sells for $470. So it is discounted, but I wouldn't say this is the best. This fragrance and the Moon, anytime I see discounts, I'm going to talk to you guys about it. They don't go on sale too often. In fact, the Moon rarely goes on sale. This does go on sale. And this is kind of a boozy, barrel-aged, fruity, floral fragrance. It does have an oudy characteristic because it has that cypriol papyrus note in it. That gives it that barrel-aged edge. And of course, it's so boozy and smells delicious, and a really great creation from Dominique Ropian. It's part of the Desert Gems collection with the Arabic writing on it. So yes, it is part of that collection, but the rest of the collection has oud. This one doesn't, and it acts a bit oudy because it has that cypriol. Now also, Frederic Malle launched Hope. Hope is kind of like the opposite of Promise. So when you smell Hope, which is priced much higher, you do get traces of this. If you have both, you can layer the two together. But anyway, this is $317 now. Normally it's $470 suggested retail price. All right, let's move on to the next fragrance. It's Rosendo Mateu's #1, and this is currently $80 for 100 ml. Suggested retail price is $225. So it is really, really highly discounted and a great discounted price. And this is probably one of the freshest from the house. It's got tea, it's got bergamot, and it's got sandalwood. So it has a kind of a creamy base, but it's super fresh and bright and invigorating and sparkling up top. And then you've got that tea, super relaxing and cozy in the heart. And the fact that it has that creaminess in the base, it gets super, super cozy. So it's a fresh, cozy offering with the creaminess of the sandalwood. And it's really, really great price. If you're a lover of bergamot with tea, it's a great combo, by the way. Really great combo. You got to get this one. This one's really, really awesome. There's a soapy edge about it, which I quite like. And if you haven't tried it, please do. #1 from Rosendo Mateu used to be my second favorite from the house, and I had forgotten about it. I've moved on to like #8 or #7, #9. Of course, #5 is the best, but don't sleep on #1. #1 is so, so good. It smells fantastic, invigorating, fresh, cozy, creamy. Perfect for summer, I think. All right, let's move on to the house of Brioni. It's the EDP Eclat. 100 ml for $70. So I don't know who's selling these anymore. I couldn't find a suggested retail price, but I think it's around $150. So I think it's kind of almost 50% off for this. And to me, this one is the perfect summer edition of this collection. It's also quite amber woody and also very sexy. It's got a lot of ambroxan. It's got patchouli. It's got rose. So I think it's musky, it's clean, it's a bit soapy, it's floral and earthy, and got that sexy edge. So it's not super loud, but it does have some depth because it has that ambroxan, and you'll really notice the rose and the patchouli. So at that part, it acts a bit like a chypre, and I think there's a lot of citruses in here as well to give you a little bit of a zest. It's a good price. It's also perfect for summertime. This is Brioni EDP Eclat. What's going on with the house? I think they launched some extracts. I haven't really been able to get my hands on them. I think they're extracts, right? And they haven't continued the collection since I think they launched the leather version of this fragrance. But I like this one quite a bit. So Brioni EDP Eclat. It's $70 for 100 ml. Now we're going to the house of Unique Luxury. It's Kutay. Kutay is 100 ml for $130, and I believe it's a tester. And normally it's $280 for this, so definitely 50% off, more than 50% off. And Kutay, a lot of people say this reminds them of that boozy fragrance from Nasomato. I forgot the name. Man, I used to wear it all the time, but like 10 years ago. And it does remind me of it, but for me, it's taking that fragrance and giving it this like very amber, woody, Middle Eastern, woody, oudy, spicy edge to it. You have all those boozy touches, but you also have it beefed up. It's a lot more potent than the Nasomato. God, what was the name of that fragrance? Sometimes my mind just completely stops. I can't remember, because there's so many fragrances in my mind, and if I haven't like seen a fragrance recently from years ago, I kind of somehow put it out of my mind. But I know it's a Nasomato. Oh god. Anyway, it'll come to me in a little bit. But Kutay is kind of similar to it. But also both of them are Extrait de Parfum. For me, this one is super beast mode. Super beast mode. But 100 ml 130. It's a really inexpensive price. Normally 280. So if you're looking for your next boozy fragrance that's super beast mode, definitely check Kutay out. I think this is definitely one of the more popular from the house. Now we've got a fragrance from the house of Creed. It's Carmina. It's 75 ml for $250 as a tester. Normally it's $460 for suggested retail price. It says no cap, sadly, so the cap won't come. It's just going to come like this. Maybe you can find a cap individually online somewhere. Sometimes you can see them on eBay if you need a cap. But this is actually quite a gorgeous, feminine-leaning fragrance. It's rosy, it's fruity, it's deep, but not super intense. But they did a great job on this one. It definitely is a quality offering from Creed. I think Creed's doing some good work, but some of you that don't know the true story of Creed, you should read The Ghost Perfumer. You'll find out a lot of details. But it was purchased a few years ago by Kering. Now they've dumped all of their beauty side to L'Oreal since they had a problem, which is kind of crazy. Like, they spent so much money on Creed. But Carmina is good. It's a really great offering, and 75 ml for $250 as a tester. No cap. It's a great price. It's like 210 bucks off, because normally it's $460. So that's Carmina. And then the last fragrance I'm going to talk to you about is Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir, which has become one of my favorites from this series. It's super beast mode, super potent. One of the strongest men's designer fragrances that I have in my collection, and I really love the smell. You do have traces of the original DNA, the aromatic touches of the lavender and the mint, but you have a lot of tonka here. You have a lot of benzoin and vanilla. So you have a little bit of a barbershop-y edge, which I quite like. Sometimes it hints at Caron Pour un Homme de Caron a little bit, that minty lavendery thing, mixed with the resinous ambery tonka-ish notes. It does remind me a little bit of Caron Pour un Homme de Caron, but super beast mode. And it's probably why Caron Pour un Homme de Caron was launched as a Parfum edition as well. But this is more like Le Male. You've got the Le Male DNA. And I think Le Male is probably inspired by Caron Pour un Homme de Caron. It's a really great one. So it's 125 ml for 91 bucks. Normally it's 178. So it's almost 50% off, not quite, but it is Parfum. It's super strong, really great. There's a bit of a sugary sweetness in there as well, but I really think this is a great scent. So take advantage of that before it runs out. And that's the entire series of fragrances here in today's video. Stay tuned for the bonus options I'm going to talk to you about. I had picked up 3 fragrances. I had ordered them before I left to Europe, and the box was sitting, so I just opened them up, so I want to talk to you guys about them. But let me know your thoughts on these fragrances. Do you like them? Do you enjoy them? Have you been wanting them? Are you going to take advantage of the deals that I just spoke to you about? Do let me know. Add a comment below. And don't forget ScentFest, guys. And I did mention the new fragrance. You're going to be able to preview it at ScentFest. It won't launch until the autumn, but you'll be able to get a bottle while supplies last during the show. Anyway, go get your tickets to come to ScentFest SF. Take advantage of the early bird pricing. Anyway, thanks so much for watching today's video, guys. Please like this video. Please share it. Give a thumbs up for help with the algorithm. And then, of course, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified for future videos. See you guys later. Bye-bye. All right, I did pick up 3 AZZARO discounted fragrances, and I think these are also discontinued AZZARO fragrances. So AZZARO used to be one of my favorite houses because of AZZARO Pour Homme, and I used to love that series of fragrances, and I'm trying to buy up some of the older discontinued fragrances from the Pour Homme collection. So these are 3 from the AZZARO Pour Homme collection. So the first one I think is a limited edition. It's probably no longer being sold. I spoke about this in a video like this, and I bought it as I mentioned it in the video. Now I have it. This is AZZARO Pour Homme Summer Edition. I don't have a date which summer edition this is. It doesn't really say. Edition d'été, it says right there. I paid 100 ml for 30. And so yeah, it is timestamp tagged. Let's go ahead and quickly check it out now that I have it. Since I got back from Europe, I haven't really ordered anything new. I am going to start doing that as things are coming into place with ScentFest. You'll get a whole new video next week announcing some new signups. We've got some exciting brand signups, so you guys gonna want to come and check out who's exhibiting. But here's the bottle. This is AZZARO Pour Homme Summer Edition. And again, I don't know which summer. Like what summer? When did this come out? Let's go ahead and give it a sniff, though. So the original AZZARO Pour Homme came out in 78, I believe. It was a fougere for the guys, but it did have that anise or licorice note in there, and that's what made it special. This, to me, I don't even know if there is any trace of the original, maybe way in the back. Seems very juicy, orangey, citrusy. That's why it's a summer edition, and hence the visuals. I mean, it smells pleasant. It's super juicy, super juicy. Perhaps on skin, you might see traces of the original AZZARO Pour Homme. I mean, the current version of AZZARO Pour Homme is so reformulated, but I mean, originally that was awesome. The one version that you guys should hunt down, which I can't find much of stock out there. One that came out around 10 years ago was the Parfume. Oh man, I think it was just called Intense. They took the original AZZARO Pour Homme with some of its original DNA into a boozy direction. It was such a great flanker. I mean, it went away so fast. AZZARO, just like Mugler, was a part of Clarins group, and Clarins got rid of Mugler and AZZARO. They just wanted to focus on Clarins itself. And so who took it? L'Oreal. So L'Oreal took AZZARO and Mugler. L'Oreal has everything pretty much. That's another reason why Estee Lauder is trying to, connect and be one company with Puig. Anyway, here is AZZARO Pour Homme Edition Noir. I used to have a bottle of Edition Noir way back like 10, 12 years ago. I ran out. I wanted to have it again. So this one actually seems to be more expensive than the previous. This is $20 more. So it's 100 ml for $50. And this is also eau de toilette. Both of these are eau de toilette. All three of them are eau de toilette, actually. Look at this beautiful black matte bottle. Super sexy. So I don't recall my original bottle being matte. I thought it was shiny. That is strange. Did they change the bottle? Is this under L'Oreal now? I mean, is this stock left over from the Clarins days? Yeah, this is also very citrusy. But it does seem a bit deeper in comparison to the previous. The original seemed very light and airy and effervescent and transparent. This one seems to have a bit more depth. It's also going into a little bit more of a direction of eau d'orange vert a little bit. It's got some spice. It's got some kick. That's why it's called Edition Noir. I mean, if they've given it the fresh treatment. I'm loving the feel of this bottle. It's almost like you can shave things off. It's got some roughness to it. But yeah, this is pleasant. It's a citrus. It's basically, probably when you wear it, you're going to notice the original DNA of AZZARO Pour Homme, but it seems to be a totally new fragrance. And last but not least, this one I'd never gotten my nose on before. I was very curious about it. URBANSPRAY. Do you guys know about this one? Well, this is actually chrome. What am I saying? This is not AZZARO Pour Homme. It's chrome. But to me, it kind of looks like AZZARO Pour Homme, but it's chrome. So we're going to try AZZARO Chrome URBANSPRAY. I'm hoping it's a different chrome. Your Eau de Toilette Chrome in a stylish, handy format. So it's not, it's the same chrome in a different, so basically it's the original chrome. All right. It'll be a collectible. But who wore chrome? I wore chrome in the 90s. It's super metallic. It smells the same. It's super metallic and aromatic, and I believe this came out after Egoist Platinum, probably inspired by a similar style. Chrome, platinum, metallic, crisp, clean, cold, spicy, aromatic. That's what it is. I think the original version in the mid-90s when it came out was a lot stronger and deeper. It has gotten fresher and lighter, but you definitely smell the original. So anyway, this is AZZARO Chrome Urban Spray. Marketing, basically. How do you think that's going to do it? Anyway, I'm going to have to put that back together later. Thanks so much for watching today's video, guys. I'll see you with another video very soon. Bye-bye.